Hi everybody, welcome back to All Natural Cam. I'm Cam, and for today's video we're going to be talking about the planet Mars. We just recently entered Aries season, so that's what inspired this video. Mars is Aries ruling planet. It's the way you show anger. For men, it could be how big your genitals are. For women, it's about the way you have sex or the way you like sex. For women, it's also the type of men you're attracted to, things like that. It's the way you take action. It's the way you get angry. It's the way you, just the energy that you put out, you know, the way you take, not take action, but I'll say a little bit like a charm. Most people call Mars the planet of sex. Not most people, but Mars is also known as like the planet of anger, the planet of sex, the planet of this, planet of that. You know, it has a lot of names because it has a lot of things to it. Today we're going to talk about Mars in each zodiac sign. So in your birth chart, just look at your birth chart and look at your planet Mars, whatever, and whichever sign that is, that's what it is. If you need a birth chart reading, I will put my information below, my Fiverr, my Instagram, anything. Just hit me up on anything. I'll answer. We have nothing but time. Happy quarantine. So Aries Mars, having the native planet, you know, having the sign in the native planet, and Aries Mars is very alluring, like very attractive, very they take action, and it seems like they're just really lucky because they just the way they move and how they move, they just really just run into luck. They also have anger issues. I'm not gonna say bad anger issues, but you can get very angry, and it's not even anger issues like an explosive anger. Sometimes it's more of a controlled anger because Aries is an emperor. You know, in tarot cards, Aries is the emperor card. That's what I really related to because that's what that's what you do. You're war, the planet of war. So you know how to strategize and you know how to move and manipulate the way you need to because you're war. You're literally you're lucky, fast-paced, impulsive, passionate. For men, usually Aries Mars have huge genitals, and for women, Aries women are usually masculine, on the masculine side. Aries Mars women are usually on the masculine side. Not necessarily like, not saying they're like really just like buff or anything. I'm just saying the energy that they portray is more masculine. All right, Taurus Marses, they fight a lot. They get very, very angry. They can fight physically a lot, or they can be very just stubborn and they stand their ground. They're very fierce. They're very fierce. They give great gifts. They're very observant, passive aggressive when they love you and they don't want to fight you. Like they can be very passive aggressive. That's how they end up. Honestly, that's how they end up fighting you because they didn't say what they really felt the first time, so it turned into a bigger issue. That's usually what passive aggression leads to. They're very reliable, stable. You know, they give great gifts. They're emotional. They're loyal. They're the king and queens of petty. No, really, though. If you want to be petty, go to a Taurus Mars. They'll help you. The men usually have large genitals as well. And the women are attracted to Taurus Mars. Women are attracted to a lot of toxic relationships. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's just something I observed. But yeah, they're attracted to them because they like adventure, and they also like I always say that Taurus don't know how to process. So they're attracted to things that they're very stubborn. So okay. Next we have Gemini. Gemini Marses usually fight with siblings often. So if you have any siblings or something like that, you fight with siblings often. Very argumentative, talk a lot. Their emotions can be very crazy. Well, moody, not even crazy. I'm not gonna say crazy. I'm gonna say moody. It's very moody. Not necessarily aggressive, just more of a I want to say spontaneous anger. Chaotic. They're very calm in chaos. So you'll always see a Gemini Mars know how to move around the room in chaos. If everybody's in chaos, that one person that's calm is probably a Gemini Mars. They're used to it. But if you see them and everybody's calm, they're usually the one that's chaotic and, you know, causing some chaos. So, honesty. Yeah, they're very honest. They are so honest. You can tell Gemini Mars that they'll just walk up and say just like the elephant in the room and then walk away. But that's a part of the chaos I mentioned a minute ago. So, yeah, they are, okay, I wrote here, completely honest or completely liars. So, it's one or the other. It's either white or black. I know I just contradicted myself, but it's okay because I didn't look down and read it all the way. But it's fine. But yeah. Gemini Mars males usually are big. Okay, no. Gemini Mars males are usually average, but they're good at sex, and they're like one of those penises that have a curve. I'm gonna say that because they're Geminis are irregular, so they have like a curved penis. But women love curved penises, so I'm not like knocking anybody or whatever. Gemini Mars females usually can be top or bottom. They are very, you know, they can get around with everything. So they're also very clever, quick-witted, you know, smart. They're usually ahead of the curve. Next we have Cancer. A Cancer Mars is very, I'm not gonna lie to you, murderous. A very murderous sign. I say that because Cancers are literally the definition of I love you enough to kill you. Like literally, I love you enough to kill you. A Cancer Mars will, if they still love you, they will always find you. They will always try to talk to you. Like a Cancer Mars mood like that. They're very family oriented, obviously. Passionate, loving. They usually become one with you, so they're great partners. They're fighters, but they rather be lovers. But a Cancer will fight for the ones they love, like I said. So like they're quick to snap. Okay. They give off a very just like homely energy, so they seem very alluring, I guess. And they also have arrogance. Lots of arrogance. A Cancer placement is very arrogant, but to have a Cancer Mars, you move with that arrogance, but you also move with like the Cancer traits, which are similar to insecurity. I'm not gonna lie. Like Cancers are mistaken as insecure when it's really just how they love. You know, a mature Cancer placement learns how to put that in the right place. That's what I'm saying. Cancer Mars men usually have big, whatever, you know, big stuff down there. They usually do. That's what causes the arrogance, and they're good at sex as well. They're good at pleasing. Cancer females are really good in bed as well, but they're bottom. I'm not going to say they're top, they're bottom. So, okay. Next we have Leo. Oh, Leo Mars. Leo Mars are usually in the spotlight. They love the spotlight because, you know, Leo, spotlight, whatever. I know Zendaya's a Leo Mars, so if you like Zendaya, you can check her out. Leo Mars is just like any other Leo placement. Usually likes big hair, or their hair is really like nice. Or have just a very, they like to draw attention towards their hair. They like to draw attention towards themselves, really. They will literally fight you for attention. Outgoing, attractive, loves the spotlight, loves attention, things like that. So, yeah, Leo Mars. They are leaders. They are headstrong, strong-willed as well. So, yeah. And they're fun. Leos are the 5th house, which is the party house and everything. So they're fun. They're really fun to hang out with. Leo Mars males have big genitals. They're usually dominant in the bedroom. They like to stand next to their partner and not behind their partner. They're either in front of their partner or beside their partner, but never behind. Male, female, whatever. All right, next we have Virgo. Virgos are very organized in their own way. They have their own plan. They are very strategic. They are very precise. I was going to say persistent, but it's more so precise. They're attractive, smooth, elegant. They are martyrs and very calculated. Virgo Marses usually are very good in bed. Men and women, they are very good in bed. The genital size could vary, of course, for men, but women are usually attracted to more stable figures, somebody that they can have that can fit into their plan. So next you have Libra. Libra Marses are drama queens, drama kings and queens. They attract drama, or they move. The way they move just automatically causes drama. Drama just comes to them, like just drama, like literally just drama. They literally jump into situations that aren't theirs, but that's what they're being Libra. They're being the scales, the judge. So they're very emotional, very intuitive. they talk a lot of shit. I'm not gonna lie. They talk a lot of shit. Friends with everybody, but real friends with few. Judgmental, intense. I feel like they're a bottom. I know that I didn't say that for the rest of the signs, but they're a bottom. They mostly like to be on the bottom. Some of them like to be on the top, depending on what placements they have, but they're mostly a bottom. Yeah. You want it or you don't. Kind of when you see a Libra Mars, like you're either attracted to them or you're not. But Libra Mars are ruled by, Libra's ruled by Venus. Venus is, you know, Venus people are very attractive, very persuasive, you know, they attract a lot of people. So that's what Libras do. Libra Marses are good at sex. They're kind of like promiscuous, but it's okay. Libra Mars males usually have a nice size genital, like not super big or nothing like that, just as like next we have Scorpio. Okay, we all know Scorpios and sex, they go hand in hand, literally. So Scorpio Marses are very vengeful, passionate, they're great at sex, and they're very just sexual beings. They ooze sex, like they literally move the way, like they could be walking down the street and you're just like, whoa, that person's really attractive. Like you can just tell Scorpio Mars. I said they're very vengeful because that's just literally their first thought. It takes them a long time to get out that cycle of vengeful, but also they're stubborn. The men usually have large genitals. The women are usually tops. I'm not like, they are all usually on top. They like to control the sex environment. They're dominant. They're very dominant. So yeah. Next we have Sag. Sag is lucky. A Sag Mars. I love Sag Mars only because of the energy they give off. Sages are, you know, ruled by Jupiter, the planet of luck. So they are very lucky. They move like a Sag. They move with the charm of a Sag. They usually have big genitals as a man. Women, they are very lucky in the marriage department or partner department, period, or just any department. They're tops. Really though, they're tops. They're freaky. They're really freaky. I can say that. A Sag Mars, just the way they move and get you sucked, they're very adventurous as well. So the way they move and get you sucked into adventure, people can fall in love with a Sag Mars in like 3 days. Not even like 3 hours. That's how charming they are. Okay, next we have a Capricorn Mars. I call them the generals because Capricorns, just like Aries, they're all about, I would say they're all about war, to be honest. They're the generals because they look at everybody in their vicinity. They look at your strengths and your weaknesses. That's just what Capricorns do. They automatically just look at you and they analyze you and they look at your strengths and weaknesses. That's why I say I call them the generals. They make money making moves, period. Like that's all Capricorn Mars's move as. They can't get caught up in their self-image. They can get caught up in their self-image and just, you know, that can really distract them. Capricorns are also very sexual beings. They love sex, so they can be very promiscuous. They're tops. The men usually have large genitals. The women are usually, like I said, promiscuous. They're good at sex though because Capricorns care about their image, period. So they like to, you know, have everything covered. Like, I'm good at sex, I'm great at making money, things like that. So that's how a Capricorn Mars move. They want full spectrum everything. Aquarius Mars, God complex, bad, heavy. Aquarius Marses aren't as smart as the other placements. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not saying they're not as smart, depending on what's around your surrounding it, but you can be very naive. Aquarius Mars can be very naive because because of the God complex they have. I'm not knocking y'all though because they're very attractive. They're like book smart. Okay, Aquarius Mars are book smart. They're very dramatic, and definitely tops. They're tops because they like to show you things. Aquarius Mars would rather teach you and look at the bigger picture and things like that. Like they rather Aquarius, if you think, yeah, they rather teach you. Okay, I'm just leaving it at that. They rather teach you. All right. Oh, an Aquarius anger though, more passive aggressive, very passive aggressive. Pisces. are definitely dominant in bed. You wouldn't think so because they're the femme signs, but they're definitely dominant in bed. They get very angry. Pisces will fight you before anybody will, like literally. They're very, very good at sex because Pisces love to please. They love to give you what you want. So very good at sex. They're loving, they're caring. They literally have a mouth on them, I'm not gonna lie. Pisces Mars they also are very abundant, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, okay, so that was each zodiac placement and Mars, on my opinion, of like what each sign is. Yeah, so like, subscribe, share. Check out my social media down below, All Natural Cam on all platforms. Okay, yeah. See you later, babes.